Today I'm fitting a bonnet lift support struts kit to our Fiesta mk8 so that the bonnet self-lifts and we can get rid of that cheap steel bonnet prop that lies across the front and gets in the way when you're trying to do anything over there. The kit consists of 2 struts, 2 brackets and 4 ball joints that you can fit to the brackets and the bonnet hinge, which enable the struts then to raise the bonnet. We've chosen to go for the plain black struts, but they are available in carbon black, carbon green, purple, yellow, red. So let's get straight on and fit it. I'll show you how to do this side. Obviously the other side is exactly the same, but a mirror image. Now the brackets that come with the kit are handed, all the other parts are non-handed, and the bracket fits across these bolts here at the top of the wing just below the bonnet hinge. The bent up tag comes towards the front and inner side of the bracket. So this is the left side of the car and this one is the right side of the car. First of all, remove this foam piece. It simply unhooks off there. And with a 10mm spanner, undo these 2 screws. And remove. Place the bracket down on top and put the screws back in. You could, of course, if you wanted to, give these brackets a quick sand and paint them body colour. Fit the ball joint to the bracket, separate the nut and the washer, put the ball joint to the bracket, washer over the thread, and then put the lock nut on as far as you can go by hand. With a 12mm spanner, hold the ball into position and tighten the nut with your 10mm spanner or socket. Just do it up hand tight, no need to go mad. On the hinge arm there are 3 tags with a hole in, and we want to fit the ball to the middle tag, pointing towards the outside of the car. Otherwise it's exactly the same technique to fit. With the strut, make sure that both ball ends are screwed all the way down, and then with the top end, just undo it about 1/8 of a turn. Then with a prodder or a small brush, put a blob of silicone grease inside each ball joint. Use petroleum jelly if you've not got silicone grease. Now, with the piston rod pointing downwards, snap the joint together and leave the other end until you've done the other side. On the right hand hinge, you'll find that this is where the tubing for your washer jets comes up, and it's clipped in each of the 3 holes. So on the middle one, with a 4 or 5mm screwdriver, undo the clip. With a fine nosed pair of pliers, take the clip out so that you can fit your ball joint exactly the same as the other side. And it may not be strictly necessary, but I'm pulling just a little bit of slack through the other 2 clips, and I'm going to tie wrap this hose to the hinge so there's no chance of it getting trapped in the mechanism. Once both sides are fitted, don't forget to put your foam back on both sides, drop your bonnet prop down to the locking platform, position the bonnet and snap the top end of the strut into position on both sides. Et voila! We now have a self-lifting bonnet. But close the bonnet just like you did before, from about 6 inches, to aid making sure that when you unlock the bonnet from the handle inside, that the bonnet presents itself with enough of a gap to get your fingers in. I turned the bonnet buffers roughly 1.5 turns anti-clockwise just to raise them a little so that they push the bonnet up on the latch. And if you want to remove the original bonnet stay, lift it to about 45 degrees, take hold at the bottom as well, pull this end this way and bring the rod down in front of the car, and it will simply pop out of its little hole. And should you ever need to get the struts off, pop a 3 or 4mm screwdriver behind this spring clip on the ball joint end, take the weight of the bonnet with your hand and it will pop off the ball. For reuse, just pop that spring back into position. If you don't want to show off the company name on the struts and you prefer a plain finish, the company name is on a clear sticker which is easily peeled off. If you fancy one of these kits for your car, There's an affiliate link down in the description, and I shall see you next time.